Coinbase demonstrated their seriousness. They are being serious. The warning about tens of millions of dollars should undoubtedly grab our attention. The effect on Shiba Inu is very severe in such cases. This, however, merely scratches the surface. Something larger is coming next. It will shock you, I promise. Then again, what am I even arguing about? Okay, I'll try to clarify. Important. Notice there have been some crazy developments in today's news. Consider the recent bombshell that Coinbase, a major cryptocurrency exchange, dropped. A staggering $25 million has been donated to Fair Shake as they recently announced a super PAC whose sole focus is cryptocurrency. Coinbase is preparing for a strong lobbying campaign in the run-up to the US elections. As you can see, the cryptocurrency community is pretty excited about these elections. Plus, there are some dark clouds. A tempest is on the way, particularly in light of prominent figures like Joe Biden criticizing cryptocurrency. Many are calling for a crypto crackdown after his recent veto shocked the community. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, however, is not holding back. He's making it known that crypto voters must take action. Our efforts will go unnoticed by politicians until they learn that opposing cryptocurrency is a mistake. Let the skeptics go now that we are uniting behind the crypto candidates who support it. Crypto enthusiasts see this as more than simply a political disagreement. Our position in the digital world needs to be protected. Did Coinbase really infuse $25 million? Things are about to heat up, and that's a sign. Rest assured, everyone. This next several months are going to be absolutely wild. However, this is not the main reason I am thrilled today. We start today with a huge finding. Net inflows into US spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds have now continued for 15 days running, with a massive $105 million added yesterday. I agree that we have seen much longer streaks of inflows before, but this one is really noteworthy. These inflows, however, ceased and transformed into outflows as soon as people began to feel excessively joyful. If you recall, this change took place in April. Many people assumed that long streaks of inflows would never happen again after the inflows turned negative. Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. ETFs have seen inflows for 15 days running. Excited and cautiously optimistic feelings are running high among the public, while some see this trend as a harbinger of good things to come for the cryptocurrency market. Others are cautious since they know how fast things can change. In general, there is a sense of optimism mixed with a hint of apprehension, as everyone eagerly awaits the continuation of this winning streak or the inevitable repetition of past mistakes. Shortly, this should have far-reaching consequences for Shiba Inu, and it's all down to a single fact. We'll address that in due course. Another big finding, though, came today as well. For the first time since December, Bitcoin long-term holders have resumed accumulating. Even if Bitcoin ETF inflows are great news, skeptics could say that all it really means is that more conventional investors are getting into the cryptocurrency market, so there's no need to get too excited. Some people can see things from this angle. Instead of demonstrating genuine faith in the revolutionary potential of cryptocurrencies, they perceive it as conventional investors merely diversifying their holdings. Looking at it from this angle, it's less of a support of the crypto movement and more of a financial plan. But now that early Bitcoin adopters are coming back, the enthusiasm is palpable. It was in December when they started aggressively accumulating again. Interestingly, this occurred at the very moment that preparations were being made for the creation of a Bitcoin ETF. The world was rocked by this occurrence, and these seasoned gamblers wasted no time in stocking up on Bitcoin while it was still relatively inexpensive. The potential for billions of dollars in inflows was obvious to them when they considered the idea of a Bitcoin ETF. Furthermore, they were accurate. A flood of capital, amounting to billions of dollars, poured into Bitcoin following its ETF approval, sending its price soaring. Bitcoin reached new heights, topping $70,000 in less than 2 months. It would appear that these seasoned whales were correct, and their calculated wager yielded substantial profits. It appears that they have returned and have started to accumulate once more. Some say it's because of the Ethereum ETF, which was just approved and is expected to start trading this month. Some think it's because Bitcoin ETF has seen 15 consecutive days of inflows, which has rekindled the cryptocurrency's interest. Every argument has merit. The approval of the Ethereum ETF may be drawing investors in attention, and the recent uptick in Bitcoin's price could indicate a market awakening. Still, the crypto whale's positive sentiment is undeniable, thus it doesn't matter which viewpoint is right. Investors are closely monitoring their actions as they negotiate these exciting developments in the crypto industry, as their return to accumulation implies confidence in the market's future path. So how does everything work in the background? To begin, let's examine the data that is stored on the blockchain. The most recent data from Bitfinex Alpha indicates that long-term Bitcoin holders have changed their strategy, which could indicate a shift in the market. According to Bitfinex's research, these investors' selling pressure has subsided, accompanied by an apparent upsurge in purchasing behavior. And now for something crucial. Since February, Bitcoin reserves on exchanges have drastically decreased, which has helped fuel the recent price boom and could pave the way for another surge in value. You may be wondering why I'm bringing up Bitcoin now. How is it relevant to Shiba Inu? Shiba Inus are quite sensitive to changes in the value of Bitcoin. As I've said before in my films, people are looking for more proof because doubt has been growing recently. And thus we begin. Shiba Inu prices tend to climb in tandem with market prices, particularly when Bitcoin is performing well. On the other hand, Shiba Inu prices tend to fall sharply whenever the market does. Throughout the year, this trend has persisted, and it is most noticeable around the end of April. Case in point, on May 1st, Bitcoin hit its lowest price in 3 months, $56,000, following a 15% decline from its April 23rd peak of $66,000. Interestingly, Shiba Inu followed suit, hitting rock bottom on May 1st after a precipitous decline on April 23rd. During the same era that Bitcoin saw comparable downward pressure, there was a substantial 23.5% loss. There is a strong association between Shiba Inu and Bitcoin since their prices fluctuate in sync. The fact that Shiba Inus gets sick when Bitcoin does is a reflection of how interdependent these cryptocurrencies are in the market. There has been a 79% link between Shiba Inu and Bitcoin over the past 30 days, according to market data from Into the Block. The price swings of Shiba Inus have been highly correlated with Bitcoin's, indicating a significant positive relationship between the two. Even while 79% doesn't seem like much, it's actually rather big in the statistical world. The price changes of Shiba Inu and Bitcoin are highly correlated with a correlation coefficient of 79%. Basically, Shiba Inus are very predictable. Almost 79% of the time, they will follow the price movement of Bitcoin. The strong link between the two cryptocurrencies' market behaviors demonstrates how closely they are related. Now, returning to the present Bitcoin bull run, I have found something quite intriguing. What I'm about to disclose may be enough to pique your interest if the 15 days of inflows have failed to do so. Contributed significantly to their total ETF and inflows for the year. To put it in context, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, who cited statistics from Bloomberg Intelligence, these Bitcoin ETFs have accounted for 26% of BlackRock's total inflows and 56% of Fidelity's. According to data from investors on the other side, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, BlackRock, and Fidelity have received $8.9 billion in capital since they were launched about 5 months ago. It is insane that Bitcoin ETFs make up 26% and 56% of BlackRock's and Fidelity's total inflows, respectively, given that the two firms presently list 429 and 70 ETFs, respectively. Given the variety of investment opportunities they provide, it is clear that these institutions are placing a great deal of focus and resources on Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but the rekindled hope of longtime Bitcoin investors, a return to the market, and the excitement around the next U.S. presidential election all point to the possibility of a bull run. However, how do you feel about that? Please share your thoughts in the space provided. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the